absolutely delighted that Stacie Stewart, semi-finalist in the MasterChef, is able to come today. So for now, I'll hand you over to our star for the day, Stacie Stewart.
Hello everyone. Well, thank you for coming to just watch the introduction bit. Hopefully the food bit will be worth staying for as well. I've got 2 recipes for you straight away, which I'm going to be doing at 11 o'clock. Both using Manx produce. I've got one of my favourite dishes, it's in my cookbook as well, which isn't out yet, but it will be. And I'm actually going to put it as a Manx recipe as well. So it is black pudding and Queenie scallop risotto with poached duck egg. And you'll all get to try it. And then my second dish is Manx lobster with the Thai noodle salad. We'll start at 11, so I'm going to nip backstage, get my hands washed, get myself prepped, and I'll be back. Thank you very much. If anybody wants any tips, anybody's got any questions, go on. Please just put your hand up and shout out. I don't mind at all. And then I'll have a helper up here as well to stir my risotto. Right, so we're going to chop our shallot. Nice and fine. You don't really want to taste big pieces of onion in your risotto. And that's why I'm using a shallot. A shallot's a lot more mild than an onion. So you just want nicely fine. You just want it to give a nice sweet flavour. You don't want to be eating big chunks of onion. In our pan we're going to put a little bit of oil, be a little bit of vegetable, a little bit of rapeseed. That's smoking, so I want to take it off the heat. And why I've took it off the heat is, like I said before, I don't want my shallots to burn. I want them just to colour lightly. So I'll pop the shallot in there now. You hear that sizzle. Want to keep it moving just to make sure it doesn't burn. And then we're going to put it on a cold heat. We don't want it over the direct heat. We just want it to sweat gently. Now there's a little bit more oil in the pan. We want to keep those moving so they don't burn. This is called sweating down. It means cooking something without colouring it, without burning it. Now we're going to do our garlic exactly the same. Just give it a gentle bruise, just a nice fine chop. And that can go in there. I'm going to give that a stir around. And we can go in with our wine. Wine of vermouth, this is going to give you risotto. It's imperative that you use alcohol in your risotto. So straight in a really hot pan, and that's going to reduce. That's going to reduce to practically nothing. We want to put our rice. We're using a risotto rice. Arborio Carnelloni. It's a lot fatter than normal rice. So we're going to pop that in there and stir that round. This is enough for 2 people. Obviously you can make it for more, no problem at all. The most important reason that our stock's hot, if we were pouring cold stock into here, it would take about 5 minutes for the temperature to come back up to what it is. So you have to keep your stock hot. The most important thing to risotto is that you stir it all the time. So we want to bruise and we want to bring out all of the starch. We're basically beating it up in the pan, giving it a good whack, encouraging all of the starch to come out, giving it a really nice creamy sauce. We want to turn the heat down. We don't want our risotto to boil. We've got a pan of water on over there, which is for it to poach our egg in. Anybody hate poaching eggs? Anybody not know how to poach an egg? No? Yeah? Stringy, right, you can help us when I poach it. On them. Keep stirring. You want to do your risotto in advance. You do everything we've done so far. The wine, the rice. As soon as the wine's absorbed, you stop cooking and you put your risotto in the fridge, and then you go back to it later on, bring it back to heat, and that's when you start putting your stock in, and that'll cut your risotto cooking time in half. You stop stirring just for a second. If there's any bubbles and it's simmering, you've got the perfect temperature. Perfect. Yeah, and just keep stirring. So, take this tin foil off, I've got the water here. It's our first live cooking demo. We've got some lovely black pudding here. This is fantastic. So we're going to cut us some nice thick pieces. Everybody like black pudding? Mm-hmm. Good, good. So we're going to do our black pudding, we're going to do our poached egg, then the final bit we're going to do our queenies. Our risotto's coming on perfectly. We've probably got half of our liquid in there. We'll give that a taste in a minute. And what we're looking for, like I said before, is we're looking for a little bite in the middle and really soft, nice outside. Your risotto should be nice and oozy, it should be starchy. Anybody who puts a risotto in a mould and takes the mould off and the risotto stays like that, that's wrong. Your risotto shouldn't be gluey, it should be loose like more of a soup. We're going to fry the black pudding, then the juices of the black pudding we'll use to fry the scallops. That was one thing I couldn't add advances of, like literally a minute aside, nothing special. And it's dead meaty and earthy and it'll go perfectly with the sweetness. Never boil your water, always have it simmering. If your water's boiling, when you crack your egg in, it's going to be bouncing all over, and that's how you're going to get the stringy ghost bits. You get a really fresh egg. The white of the egg is almost as solid as the yolk, so you think when you put that in the water, it's automatically going to solidify anyway because it's nice and fresh. If you don't know whether your egg's fresh, really simple way to do it, and I've done an app for this, believe it or not, for MasterChef. Like, who's going to buy an app for tells if an egg's fresh? But anyway, a glass of water, and you drop your egg in. If your egg floats like that, it's fresh. If your egg goes like that, it's not fresh. And the final tip for poaching eggs, always crack your egg. Never crack your egg straight into the water. Always crack your egg into something. So a pot or a cup. See, I know that's fresh there because the whites are nice and solid. Swirl our water around. We want to create a vortex in the middle, and then what you're going to do is you're going to drop that egg, get as low as you can, I'll tell you when, get as low as you can and drop the egg into the middle now. Perfect. You can 2 minutes for us, that's all it's going to take. Queenies, little tiny baby scallops, absolutely beautiful.
That looks lovely.
Just do it. And you give the yolk a little touch, that's nice and soft. Let's go 30 more seconds on that, or just one. You literally take one of them out of the cold water, plunge it in hot water for a minute, take it out and that's done. And also that's how you prep your poached eggs in advance. If you ever do a dinner party for like 5-6 people, do them in advance. Boiling water for a minute, into cold water and leave them there until you're ready to serve. So, can't find myself salt, a bit of pepper. It's very important to season everything. You want a really nice hot heat, and we've got oil in the pan left over off the black pudding. We've got to work very, very quickly with these. You're going to put them in, and literally by the time I've got the last one in, the first one will be ready to come out. I want to develop a really nice crust, which is going to give a wonderful texture. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, off heat. Perfect. Thank you very much. Round of applause, everybody. Egg yolk on. When that egg bursts, you're going to have the beautiful richness of the yolk spreading all through the risotto. A little point on his head. You whack a knife on, and you whack. Be a nice strong. You can do this by hand, but I didn't want to do that and slip and cut myself. They are. Knife all. I know he's dead. Just to make sure, we'll put him in head first. Poke it down. Make sure he's all submerged. I'm referring to it as a him. Might be a her. Never know. Right. Do it with mackerel. You can do it with prawns. I just wanted to use obviously lobster because it's a fantastic local produce. A noodle salad. They've always got packet instructions on them, so they're dead easy. Like we've taken the heart out, which is the middle bit, so we don't want that. Right, so I've got my carrot, and I've got some wonderful sugar snaps here. You can eat these raw, and I do eat them raw for my lunch. So shred these first and foremost. You can use a food processor with an attachment if you like, no problem at all. Like use a mandolin, or if you feel comfortable enough, you can use a knife. You just want a really nice fine shred. Remember, I usually take this for my lunches at work. A courgette, cucumber, that will be nice and fresh. Let's finish this carrot. Then we'll get on your knife. You push your product under, and you go down, and you use your fingers as a guide. Always keep your thumb tucked in, otherwise you're going to end up with no thumb. So your fingers like this, up and down in a rocking motion. In with the carrot. Their sugar snap, they're just going straight in. Bean sprouts, they're just going straight in. Really nice and fresh, full of sugar into the pan. Chilli, finely chopped like we did before. Knife doesn't leave the end. That goes into the pan as well. Sesame oil, that's going to go in with our salad. Sesame seeds for extra flavour. They're going to. Then we're going to put some spring onion in and some lemongrass. Right, and all we're going to do with that is that's the sugar. That's the ginger, that's the garlic, that's the chilli, that's the coriander. We'll create a really nice chilli sauce. Just going to boil that for a couple of minutes. You do want to taste it, but you don't want a massive hit of it. So we'll finely chop that. Spring onion, nice and fresh. The reason we put sugar in there, I know people might think that's weird, but we've put so much chilli in there. We need to balance something with a little bit of sweetness. That's why it's called a sweet chilli sauce. They're done. I can feel that they're done. The honey's going to go over the noodles as well, just to sweeten. So I know I went a bit mad, so I'll recap what we've got. Ginger, we've got chilli, we have got a spring onion. That's reducing down nicely in a little bit of water to create our homemade chilli sauce, which we are going to strain. We've got our noodles here, which are going straight into the salad. In with the noodles we have sesame oil, we have sesame seeds, bean sprouts, carrots, sugar snap, cabbage, a bit of soy sauce and a few other niceties. And then we're going to finish this dish as well with a little bit of the sauce. I mean, that looks amazing to start with. Again, I always make the most ridiculously massive portions. Coriander for flavour, but there is coriander in the sauce. Hopefully that flavour will come through. Hopefully it's got a really massive kick of chilli. Yes, it has. Oh, that's amazing. Right, that's done. I'm going to strain that off. Strain that off. Thank you very much. Yay, here he is, look. Woo! Right, this out of the way. Knife. I'm going to pop. Please may I have a frying pan? Oh, it's okay. Using the butter for flavour, but if we only put butter in the pan, it would burn. So we want to put a little bit of butter and a little bit of oil. Any oil you like. Go, a little bit of butter, a little bit of oil. It's wet, you're going to slip and you're going to hurt yourself. So we're just going to twist it. So we're going to take it out and we're going to fry it in a little bit of butter. Fabulous Manx lobster. Obviously, you probably already know this. You need to get the entrail sac out. This is another indication that this is really fresh. This is eaten within 6 hours because it's got an entrail sac. Basically, it's its stomach, so that's full of food. So we know it's fresh because we know it's just eaten. Give it a little chefy shake. Get me I was calling me tweezers. Imagine plucking your eyebrows with them. Right. A Thai noodle salad, really fresh, really crunchy, with some buttered lobster. Then on the side we have our sweet chilli sauce, homemade. It doesn't look anything like the one you get in the supermarket, and that's because we've strained it. If you want it to look more like the one in the supermarket, leave all the bits in. But obviously pick the lemongrass out because we didn't want to get that stuck between your teeth. Right, I'll just push that on the plate.
Lovely, really spicy.
I'll be doing this recipe next week, it's really good. That's the lobster.
Hi, I'm Stacie Stewart and I love real vegan film solutions.